all, this is Sia Nas and welcome to episode 35 of the Diary of Sia Nas. So I've been away for a little while, just got a lot of issues with my parents' health, and being a carer, it's sort of taken its toll, so I just took some time off and I'm back again. It's taken me a while to set up today. I've got my light in front of me. I feel kind of crooked. Is it too high? Am I down too low? And then the lighting and it's taken me a while. Just feel like I haven't been doing this for forever. But I'm back and I've decided to rename the podcast, mainly because before, I think when people were thinking like hip hop show, you'd expect, rightly so, that somebody will be rapping and there'd be beats and things like that. But my show is a bit different. I've decided to incorporate a lot of my life and mix everything in there. So I think that if I name it after myself, then people will know that when they come to this podcast, I'll be hearing about somebody's life. So it's the diary of my life, which does include music. At the moment, it hasn't been at the forefront, but it's still there and it's still really important. But there's a lot of other things that I've been doing. So things have settled down a little bit now, so I thought, maybe I'd just get started and keep going again and see how we go and just take it a bit easier. It did take me a while to set everything up and get my face on, and been buying a lot of cosmetics lately, which I haven't for a long time, but I just thought, just something to make me happy and feel better. And I've been buying tons of this Kylie cosmetics, and I know a lot of my friends were poo-pooing it, why are you giving them money? They've already got millions and she's a billionaire, so why are you giving them money? But the products are really good. They've got really fun names and the packaging's really nice, and I love glitter, and a lot of the packaging's got glitter on it. It makes me happy. It's pink. A lot of her cosmetics are pink and I really like it, and been buying some of Kim's stuff as well, which is just lovely, really velvety sort of textures, and Kylie's really fun sort of cosmetics and colours, so it makes me happy. So, I'm going to keep buying it, and it suits me. I think I'm looking good today with my new haircut, which I did maybe about 6 weeks ago. Probably just after I had my last podcasting, about 6 weeks now. So just wanted a change and just some nice cosmetics, and that's what you do when you're feeling down. Anything to make you feel better and bring some zing back into your life, get your mojo back. Oh, hang on, I think mojo means something else. Anyway, just to make yourself feel better. So that's where I'm at, and we're back here again, which is good, because I was I was looking through my Instagram feed, and Seth Godin, I think is his name. He does these wonderful little Instagram posts now, and they're like mini books, and his post is 5 pages, and he said, you should keep doing your podcast, even if nobody's listening, it's good for you because it helps your thinking. And that's so right, because I find that with my podcast, even though I'm talking to you, I'm really thinking out loud, and it really helps me figure out what I'm doing and reassessing and changing. So it's really helpful, and it also helps me work a little bit more, because I know that I'm going to be doing the podcast. I've got to be talking about something, can't be talking about nothing. So that's why I've decided to sort of start it up again, because I found that it really helped me with my life, with my thoughts and with the direction that I want to go, and with what I'm doing and how I'm doing what I'm doing. So so thank you for those that tune in and have a listen to what I'm doing and what I'm up to. So I've had over 3,000 downloads. Unfortunately, I was on my break when I hit 3,000 downloads, so I even had the 3,000 balloons. I was going to put them up, but maybe I should have. Anyway, for the 4,000, I'll have the 4,000 balloons ready. Everyone really liked those 4,000 balloons. 4,000 as in the balloons with the number 4 and 30. So it was 4 balloons, not 3,000 balloons. So let's get started with the week. So this week started on the 5th of August. And what I did was getting into like some heavy stuff. Like you'd think that I'd be trying to avoid heavy stuff considering what I'm going through with my parents, but what I did was I've been watching a lot of Netflix, and I'm absolutely madly in love with Grace and Frankie. If you have Netflix, you have got to watch Grace and Frankie. You will not, you don't realize what you're going to be watching. It's so funny. It's with Jane Fonda, who I absolutely adore, and Lily Tomlin, who's absolutely hilarious, and they're perfect. Their characters are perfect. They play it really well, and all the characters like Brianna, I absolutely love her. And Martin Sheen, I absolutely adore him, and they're just wonderful. Like the whole show is just fantastic. So, but one episode, one particular program that I saw was on. So I'm just looking at my fluffy diary that's got my weekly, my diary where I write everything down, and the documentary I saw was on Who Killed Jam Master Jay, who of course was the DJ for Run DMC. And I was watching the documentary because I thought I should be like trying to find out about the beginning of hip hop and who's in it, like learning about the culture. Even though I was there like back in the 90s, and I had the tapes and like the first issues of Vibe magazine and like the first cassettes from like Snoop Dogg and Tupac and people like Mariah Carey and like a lot of the early the artists that came out in that time. Like I was there. I remember when they first came out, Mary J. Blige, Madonna. Like I remember her first song that I heard on the radio, and I thought that she was black. I didn't realize that she was white, and can't remember which song it was, but I just remember hearing her on the radio and I absolutely loved that song. I don't know if it was Borderline or Lucky Star, or can't remember. It's from her first album, but because I love all types of music and it's important to listen to everything, which I do. I mean, I love everything. One of my favorites at the moment is Andrea Bocelli, who's an opera singer, and I really love his stuff. One of my favorite songs is called Resta Qui, so you should listen out for that. That's not a new one, it's an old one, but it's a beautiful song. So anyway, I was watching this documentary about Jam Master Jay, and it's about who murdered him, and he was killed in 2002 and they never found who the murderer was, even though the police station was across the street. For some reason I thought, why don't I write a song about it? And so on Monday I watched the documentary, and then I was just sort of thinking about it, and then went looking for beats, and I love DJ Pain One. I've used one of his beats for one of my songs. I have to think about it now. My memory's just shot since I've been looking after my parents. I can't think about things that happened like even like yesterday or a few days ago, weeks ago. Like, just don't ask me to remember, I just won't. But No Regrets, the song I did was called No Regrets, and this beat that I found with DJ Pain One, who also really does give back to like the producers. That he gives you a lot of information and advice. He's very dry and sarcastic, but he's got a good heart, and I love that he gives back. So I try to use as much of his stuff as I can. And so I found a beat called Decisions. Actually, he sells his beats on BeatStars, and it was the very first beat. And as soon as I heard it, I'm like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one that I'm going to use. So I'm using that beat. It's called Decisions. And I was just listening through a lot of the beats on Monday to find the right one. But I did hear that one first, but then I thought, you always think maybe there's a better one. And I went through, had a listen to some other ones, but I didn't like any other ones didn't suit what I wanted. So that was on Monday. And then on Tuesday I was all day at the hospital with Daddy. Had an appointment and we were there a long day. But once I got home, for some reason I got in the mood to start writing, and I wrote verse 1, which, I started to write verse 1 because it took me Tuesday and Wednesday. Like the first verse just didn't want to get written. It was really difficult. I don't know, it was just like I was struggling to get it out. And the first verse, I'm sort of starting, you know how movies start at the start and then they start at the end and then they go back to the start and then the movie ends at the end. So that's what I decided to do. I started at the end, so I started with his murder. And if you watch the documentary, you'll see that he was murdered at his studio, and that he knew the people that killed him, because the receptionist, her name is Lydia, she had to buzz people in, and the studio was upstairs, so the people had to wait downstairs, and there was security cameras outside, so she obviously knew who these people were and she let them up. And so it was obviously people that they knew, and then it was 2 people, and Lydia recognised one of the people, Tenard. And the second person, the actual shooter, like he was the one that Tenard told her to lay down. So he had a gun at her head for her to get down, and then the shooter went, and the trigger man, the killer, went looking for Jam Master Jay and killed him. And like if you watch the documentary, they think that because Run DMC went as popular around 2002, like their heyday had finished, and they weren't making as money as they weren't making as much money as they used to, and they were saying that he was getting into debt, and he was possibly allegedly maybe selling drugs, and that he got into a bad deal with a really bad drug dealer called Uncle, and that he botched a really big drug deal, and the people who happened to be his friends, like allegedly were his friends, were angry, and they went to get the money, or there was an argument. What's the point of killing someone? Like, you'd want to keep them alive so that they will be able to pay you back. What's the point of killing them? Then once you kill somebody, you can't get the money back. So I don't understand what the point of that is. And somebody like Jam Master Jay as well, like he's such a legend, and I don't understand the thinking of people. Anyway, so that's all in the song. That was all in the first verse. That's why it took so long. There's so much to put in there. And I like in the song, it doesn't say that he's with drug dealers, because I don't want to put that in there, and I don't want to sully his name or bring him down. And because that was one of the things when I was writing the first verse, was I was thinking something was saying to me, you know, don't mess up his name, don't mess up his reputation, like don't do him wrong. And I think I was scared to write that, like what do I write? Like I want to write the truth. And through this documentary, which does have DMC in there, and it does have Russell Simmons in there, it doesn't have Run in there for some reason, I'm not sure why, but it does have the main players in there. So I'm taking it that this is a really legit documentary, and taking quite seriously what is being said in there. So the song that I've written is only from the information that I found in the documentary. And so it took Tuesday and Wednesday to write the first verse. Then on Thursday I had a bit of a break. Thursday is shopping day, like for food, and so that was on Thursday. I did some shopping, and I baked this really awesome cornbread recipe, because I made this other recipe called spinach gnudi, and it's basically spinach and ricotta. Spinach and ricotta. I love ricotta, even though I'm lactose intolerant. I really love ricotta, and it's got and it had I put polenta in there. Polenta, we call polenta, but in America they call it cornmeal, same thing. And I had like a bag, a really big kilo bag left over because I only used like a small amount, and I thought, what can I do with the rest of it? So I made this beautiful cornbread in this cast iron skillet that I hadn't used in years, and it came out absolutely incredible. I had to babysit my nephew, so I went to my sister's house, and while I was babysitting there, I made all this food, and it was delicious. Like my nephew, he's 6, he'll be 7 at the end of this month, and he's having this top secret dinosaur party. He said to me, don't tell anyone, don't even tell me, like it's a big secret, and you have to wait 11 minutes and then you have to tell me and then I'll come in and I'll be surprised. He's so cute. So that was Thursday. I was a break, babysitting, cooking, shopping. That was a really full on day. And then on Friday I started this course called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and it's really full on, but it's really awesome. And it's something that Anthony Robbins learnt as well. And I'm hoping that it will help me with some of my habits and with the things that I'm doing and why I do what I do and why am I not doing what I really want to do and being distracted. But I mean, I can understand that, when your parents aren't well, you're just trying to keep your head above water, but, trying to keep yourself happy and healthy and mentally healthy. And it really changes your perspective on life as well, like what's important. And so this is really a year of transition and just really trying to figure out what I'm doing, why I'm doing, and not to be so hard on myself, and just trying to do what I feel is right for me. It's been a full-on year. And so I started this program. I really love doing personal development courses. This is online. I got it through Groupon. It's only like $10. So I highly recommend anyone to go out and get it and do the course. So I started that course on Friday, and I did a bit on Saturday as well. But on Friday I started the course. And then I wrote verse 2 of the Jam Master Jay song, which came out really quick. I think it was just like verse 1 was really hard, but verse 2 was easier because verse 2, so it starts at the beginning of their career, and it was just really easy to write. It was nice and easy, and it was fun. It was a fun verse to write because it talks about their early days and all the success they had, and Run DMC's got some bravado, so there's a lot of boasting in there, which was fun to write. Just let myself creatively go, which I really enjoyed. And also another thing that I've started is because I have been buying so much cosmetics, it's all sort of been thrown in my drawer. And I've a few weeks ago, just as my head hit the pillow, I saw an image of a product that I've invented that's going to help me neaten up my drawer. And so what I'm doing is, talk about making life simpler. What I'm looking for is, now I've made a prototype on my own, which was nice and easy. And this product is really small and it's going to be easy. Like I've invented other things before, but they've been too difficult to get off the ground. But this one is nice and easy. So I'm hoping that maybe I can do it fairly quickly. And so what I was doing on Friday, I was looking for a manufacturer to get like the right materials and then to get them to help me with the packaging and being able to fill orders. And I'm hoping that it's going to be like take off. I just have a feeling it's just going to take off. It'll be really cheap to make, and I'll be able to make a little bit of a profit, and hopefully, and I'm sure it'll be easy to sell. The main thing for me is it's going to be cheap. It's going to be cheap to make, so I'll be able to order a couple of hundred and start small and then grow it big. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. So now it's just a matter of finding a manufacturer for this product and then seeing how we go. So yeah, so this is like this is again with the neuro-linguistic programming course, which sort of helps you see things through, which is something that I don't do. and I want to stop that, and I just want to see things through. So, and I've always loved inventing things, and I've always wanted to have my own business, and I really want to see this through. So I'm hoping that the NLP course is going to help with that, and just help with what I do and why I do, and just help me see through my habits and things like that. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting year this year. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen by the end of the year. I think it'll be quite exciting. So that was on Friday. And then on Saturday, I had a great night. I managed to write verse 3 and 4. So the way that the beat is made is it's almost like in 7 verses, and then there's like a lull between each verse. And it works perfectly for my purposes because it gives me a chance to write something in each section. So it's got like the murder, and then we start at the start of their career, and then the wane of their career, and then the bad deal that went through, and then his death, and then the cops and everything, because it's quite intriguing, the whole story. So it gives me a chance to write a bit of everything, and the song is going to be about 3 minutes 20 seconds, and there's a lot in there, but it's not, I hope it's not going to be overwhelming, but it's the lull between each verse, it's worked out perfectly. Like, this beat is perfect. So 3 and 4, so I need to write 5 and 6, and then just need to go back and fine-tune it, like just fine-tune the lyrics, because I find that when I write a song, you're just writing what comes out, because sometimes it can be really quite inspiring. So you just write, and then later I find I can go back and fine-tune some of the words and really write some profound things. And that's always exciting, like going back and just, not everything, just a few things. So I don't know why I keep leaning to this side, but that's what on Saturday, that's what I was doing, 3 and 4, verse 3 and 4. Now I need to write verse 5 and 6 and fine tune it from there. So hopefully within the next few weeks I might be able to release it, because it's when you've got a really good beat, it's easy to write good songs. But because I've been using my own beats, which haven't been the best, but I still want to use my music, because you're spending time making, and I don't want it to end up in my computer for the rest of my life, never to be heard or seen. I want to release the things that I make. So so that's what's been happening Saturday, and today is Sunday, and today I've just been babysitting my nephew. He came over for me to see him, and for my parents to see him. They don't get to see him unless my sister brings him here. And he enjoys coming here because I like playing with him, and we have fun, and we run around and draw and just play. And outside we've got an area where he can draw with chalk. Like, I got these big giant chalks like that big, and he just loves playing with the chalk and just having fun, even though it was freezing cold today, absolutely freezing. It was pouring, but now it's stopped. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I'm sure you will. It's stopped now. So that was my week, and that's been the last couple of weeks. So from here, just hoping that I can finish. I've still got to put out a song from the last couple of months that I didn't put up. I've been playing around with Photoshop, so the clip will look really cool. It's just going to be a lyric video, and that should look really cool. I don't know why I keep leaning to one side, and my head's cut off, so I do apologize for that. I don't know. I had more things under my laptop because my laptop is resting on some papers. Maybe it's just that the computer is too low, my head is cut off. Anyway, we'll figure it out. And I remember last time the lighting, my face looked really red because I had some pink tint in the light. I've got that halo light. So last time my face looked red. So now I've done it with the white light because you can control what sort of temperature the lighting is. So I'm hoping this is going to be right. My face doesn't look red. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you to all those who listen and subscribe. Hopefully some exciting things coming up. I've just decided to just go with the flow and not second guess myself and just do what I want, do what I feel, and not be so hard on myself. So hopefully this year will be full of exciting things. We'll see how we go. Just want to release a bit more music, but I'm very easily distracted. I wonder if I've got ADHD. ADHD? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Share with your friends or someone you think would like to see or listen to my podcast, and I will catch you next week. Maybe I can give you like a sneak peek. Listen to my Jam Master J song. You'll have to stay tuned. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.